Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Hangar Talk podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about the F-6F Hellcat. Now, the F-6F Hellcat is one of my favorite airplanes. It was an airplane that was used in World War II, but it was used by the United States Navy during World War II and is manufactured and built by Grumman. So the engine type on the airplane is a Pratt & Whitney R2800 double WASP. Its wingspan is 43 feet. Its range is 944.5 miles. Its weight is 9,059 pounds. Its manufacturer is Grumman, and its top speed is 380 miles per hour. The first Hellcat flew in September of 1943 with the British Royal Navy, and the aircraft was actually tested for rocket attacks and bombings, specifically dive bombings. Dive bombings were actually a very useful tactic during World War II because dive bombing at a high altitude meant its aim would be thrown off and its accuracy wouldn't be as best as. But in a dive, the aircraft had more time to get its target on point to get the bomb where it needs to be. So dive bombing was very useful for us during World War II, and it helped us win the Battle of Midway back in 1942. So it was a great tactic and a very good, useful thing to do. So Hellcat pilots achieved an amazing 19-to-1 kill ratio during World War II, downing 5,156 enemy aircraft in just 2 years. Accounting for 75% of the Navy's aerial victories during the war. The F-6F Hellcat was replaced by the Bearcat on May 21st, 1943, and the Bearcat was actually the Hellcat was actually the first airplane that the United States Navy's Flight Demonstration Squadron, better known as the Blue Angels, flew after World War II. Admiral Chester B. Nimitz was concerned that the American people might forget about naval aviation, so he thought a demonstration team was a way to refresh the public's mind and get them to learn more about naval aviation. So the first plane was the F-8F Bearcat, and then the F-6F Hellcat was eventually replaced by the F-8F Bearcat, and then it flew for the Blue Angels for a few years before being replaced by its first jet by the end of the 1940s, excuse me. And then the Bearcat was 20% lighter and had a 30% better rock and was 50% faster and had twice the roll rate rate of climb and was 50% faster and had twice the roll rate. There were many lessons to be learned. Those lessons would later be applied to the faster F-6F Hellcat. The Wildcat had a better range and maneuverability at low speed. The Hellcat could rely on superior power and high speed performance to outperform the A6M0. Now the F-6F Hellcat could carry 400 rounds per minute per minute in each of its guns that the F-8F or the Hellcat had on its wings, and it was a really good aircraft to be able to outmaneuver the A6M0 that was used by the Navy and the Air Force Empire of Japan. So it was a really good aircraft. It helped change the course of World War II when it was entered in combat. So there are only 5 Hellcats flying today. I've seen it fly. It is a beautiful, beautiful airplane. So the Hellcat eventually retired in 1954 by the United States Navy. So it was a really good aircraft, and I've seen it fly many times. It is just beautiful during the Planes of Fame Air Show and much more. So we hope you guys enjoyed our episode on the F-6F Hellcat. Make sure to like and subscribe and turn on your notifications, and we'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye, everyone.